So on the channel, I recently had a lesson with Dan where he's tried to look at my club path because I was very into out, I had a very closed face, and because of that I was losing the ball to the left quite a lot. So we did some sort of coaching and practice around me trying to have a more neutral ball flight with a more neutral swing and neutral club face. And in my irons, wedges, hybrids and possibly fairway woods as well, it's worked a treat. However, since that lesson, my driver has become absolute trash. Like, I always used to be a big right to left player. I had a big draw, it was lovely, I could control it. Every now and then I'd duck hook it, but that's just golf. And now it's turned into a bit of a fade. When I say a bit of a fade, it can sometimes turn into a bit of a slice. So before I go back to Dan and we have another lesson, I need to understand what's going on with my driver. So today, we're going to do some driver practice and we're going to try and understand the numbers together and see if we can solve this problem. So to start with, I'm going to aim straight, and this will now cause the ball to miss massively to the right. And then I'm going to show you what I have to do in order to make that gameable and playable. So to start with, I'm just going to aim straight down this fairway and I'll try and show you what I mean. That's not too bad. So ball speed and things like that, I'm not really looking at. Launch angle is fine, but I'm more worried about what the club's doing at the minute. So angle of attack, 0.5 down, bad. That needs to be up. I need that to be 3 or 4 up. So that's the first thing I need to look at. Club path is not too bad. Dan always works on 2 degrees. So it's 2 degrees out to in, but it is a closed face to target. And because of that, it's just causing that lovely fade, which I don't mind that shot, but I am not maximizing my distance for the club speed. The efficiency is bad. Where did we hit it? High heel, so that's the gear effect taken account into that fade as opposed to club path and face to path and all that kind of thing. So it's more gear effect. So I need to move strike, I need to hit up on it, and I need to try and neutralize that club path a bit. But as you can see, it's a gameable shot, and that's what I'm seeing on the golf course. I'm having to aim down the left side and having to play for that fade stroke slice, but it can go wrong very quickly. Right, so first thing first, hitting up on the ball. So I'm gonna slightly lean my shoulders to the right, and maybe a little bit too upright, and then coming down on it. So I need to slightly angle my shoulders to the right, so leaning this way, and that will hopefully help me hit the ball on the way up. And I need to move strike a little bit into center. So I'm going to try and set this up a little bit more in the toe. And what that might do, hopefully, is bring the strike more in the center, and with this lean, I might be able to get that strike going up. And that's just a push. So as you can see, if I don't aim left, this is a normal shot for me. I normally have to aim here to bring that in. So that's a push slice, not ideal. So let's look at the numbers. So club a little bit slower, but the efficiency's gone up because unfortunately it didn't pick it up. But if we look at the path, it's into out 0.6, so much more neutral. And angle of attack is now up. So I would say that the face was open on these, and I've possibly just caught it a bit in the heel. And when you've got something like GC Quad, it's very easy to look at numbers like this and sort of make those changes. So the club path with that was a lot better. I hit up on it by leaning my shoulders. So what I'm doing there is I may have been stood a little bit too square. So I'm leaning the shoulders, so as they come through, I'm sort of hitting up on the ball. So 2 degrees up is a lot better than half a degree down. So path and up are sorted. We just need to know what the club's doing, because it didn't quite pick that up. So again, a very repeated shot. So for me, it's not a bad shape, it's just not controllable. So face to target, slightly open, but an out to in path. And we've moved it now into a high toe, so we need to maybe neutralize that, but we're hitting up on it. So we're moving strike more into the toe, but I've probably overdone it a little bit too much now, so I need to slightly bring that more central. So hitting up, good. Club path a little bit out to in and more on the toe. So now I'm going to set up just not quite as much into the toe and try and repeat that. we've moved it down. You can see now, so angle of attack down, path is massively out to in, so it's really over the top. Like that's bad. That is all bad. It's a nice neutral ball flight, but it's just too far left. And you can see how difficult it is to work on driver. It's a hard club to hit. And sometimes like that would just be left side of the fairway, so you kind of get away with it. But unless you start looking at the numbers, I've got a lot to work on. A lot to work on. So that was out to in. So that was like, I'm sort of going over the top. So now what I want to feel, because I sort of went here and then went like that a little bit, is I want to feel like I get here and then I'm coming into the slot with the elbow and rotating through. And hopefully that should stop that motion of this right shoulder taking over the left. I need to feel like the left is lifting up as opposed to the right turning. Felt like a better strike, but gone out to the right. So now a little bit better. In to out, 1 degree, slightly open to target. So if I can do that swing, angle of attack up, that swing, but slightly feel like I'm closing the face a little bit more, I think we've got this. So I need to feel like I'm closing the face a little bit more, but still feel like I'm in the slot and hitting up on the ball. That's so far out the heel, it's unbelievable. That's more like it. Felt better. Out to in, face to target closed. Oh God, driver. I tell you what, people wonder why we hit 3-1s. Such a frustrating golf club driver to hit sometimes. How do you go to Dan and say, right, so what's the problem? And you just go, everything. Everything is the problem with my driving at the minute. Oh my God, golf. That's better. Just slightly up, but still out to in on the swing path, but I've tried to close the face, but the face to path kept that open a little bit. High toe, gear effect, draw. The problem I've got at the moment is I've not got a repeatable swing, so it's not something that is happening every time. It's not something I can go to Dan and say, this is it, this is it, this is it. It's pot luck what comes out, and that is no way to be playing a golf club like a driver. Right, can't be so far out to in, so it's got to feel like it's coming from the inside a bit. That's more like it. Oh, it's much better. Oh my word, that's much better. Ball speed 156, club 111, efficiency okay, launch angle good, hitting up on it. Club path 0, face to target 0, high toe means bomb ball draw 276 carry. I just need to sort of like bottle that up, put it here in this head of mine and repeat it. So what did we do there? We felt like we were coming in from the inside, but we rotated the body. So lean the shoulders, feel like you're coming from the inside, rotate the body, hit a good shot. Save that one with the hands. Really save that with the hands then. Low on the face, spin went up, but path is not too bad, so not too bad. We're within 2 degrees and really good angle of attack up, but I saved that with the hands. Massively saved that with the hands. Right, last go. But I need to work on this big time. But here we go. Lean back, hit it down the center. into out 1.2, close 0.9, just really high on the face on that one. I feel like I've got a good one in me. Gear effect, just turn that one over a little bit, but I feel like I've got a good one in me. And normally when I feel that into out swing, my old swing, that would have been sort of 7 degrees, but actually that feeling now isn't too bad. Okay, let's do this. Got it. Got it. Okay, this is more like it. Club speed 112, ball speed there or thereabouts 160, launch angle good, angle of attack up, path into out just a degree, slightly open to target, but because it was a high toe, we've got gear effect, which has kept that on a lovely trajectory, and because of that, 283 carry with great backspin. So now I know that feeling of that coming on the inside isn't actually as drastic as it used to be at 5, 6, 7 degrees. It is actually 0.5 degrees. That means that I can feel that feeling more of coming on the inside, and because of that, that does that kind of shot, and that's the shot I like. What I've been doing with what Dan said in that sort of exit left feeling is actually because of the length of the golf club, I've been throwing it over the top, and all that's doing is coming a massive like out to in sort of swing. I'm trying to then save it by opening the face, and all that's doing is causing that fade, which I'm managing to control. I'm hitting enough fairways, I'm scoring okay. It's just a shot I do not like to see, or if I do like to see it, I like to understand why I'm doing it. Whereas actually, that is perfect. That is exactly what I want to see on a golf club. Just a high, straight, controllable draw that I know if it's slightly wrong will just be a few yards either way, rather than what I was doing, which could have been 20, 30, 40 yards of difference, duck hook, push slice, pull draw. I had no real control over it. So now I've got something to go away and work on, and that is that feeling of dropping the right shoulder, so I'm hitting up on it, and feeling like I'm coming on the inside, but I still have to rotate the body, because if I just let the body stop, that's where the duck hook comes, because I'm feeling like I've got to rescue it with the golf club. So that's what I'm working on, and for going forward, there will be videos, certainly more out on the golf course, about my golf game, how I can better it, how I'm going to score better, and how I'm going to actually go to some of these pro events and actually give myself a good accountability of myself, because at the moment I'm doing okay. I came 9th last week out of 18 with 5 over, so I was only a couple of shots off. I think I was 6 shots off the winning score, 6 or 7 shots off the winning score, so it wasn't too bad. So the game's there, the irons are there, the wedges I'm working on, and the fairway woods and hybrids are certainly a lot better. If I can get this big stick working better, and I haven't using the Wilson for the time being because I've been so impressed with it, then I think that's only going to elevate where my scores are, because I've got the distance to be able to get closer to green. So if I can get the wedge game good and the driver game good, my scores are going to come down, and you guys will be able to see that, because I'm going to document it all. I'm going to hopefully at some point get ShotScope involved and use their data in order to showcase where I should be practicing. But for the time being, I'm going to work on driver, and I'm going to continue doing what that lesson with Dan showed me to do with irons, because that is feeling fantastic. Please subscribe, please follow this journey, please hit that logo there, and please follow me in what was going to be a great 2023. Fingers crossed.